What's happening? What's happening, IG? What's going on? We about to get into it. What's good with y'all? What's happening? Feel good? My lighting looks superb tonight. That's crazy. You feel me? I'm stepping my game up. One thing at a time. Stepping my game up. You feel me? But what's happening? What's good? You know what I'm saying? It's your host. It's your boy, Don Bucks. You feel me? And this is Financial Bar Sunday. I'd like to welcome everybody back to another edition of Financial Bars. Y'all already know we got a new president. I don't know how y'all feel about that, but it's a lot of mixed emotions about the president. But I don't care who's in the office. I just want to know how it's going to affect my paper. And that's what I think y'all should be more concerned about. How whoever's in the office is going to affect your paper. Because, I mean, what else are we worried about who's in the office for, right? So that's what this platform is about. We have money conversations. We talk money plays, preferably the stock market, which is the greatest wealth machine ever created. That's my opinion. I strongly believe that. It's one thing we've been left out of the loop in regards to finances concerned. I was having this conversation earlier with this dude that do real estate. He like, man, it's crazy. I wish I would have knew this stuff 20 years ago. I'm like, man, I say that all the time. You're not the only one. You feel me? But financial literacy, man, this is the platform for it. And I just want to shed light on different aspects of how we get money other than your job. There's way more ways to get money, but that's the only way they told us to go get money. But here on this platform, you're going to learn how to utilize the stock market to put your money to work. Excuse me, because your money can work harder than you. Your money can work longer than you. You can't work 24 hours a day. Excuse me. You can't work 24 hours a day, but your money can. Your money can work harder than you. But I don't understand why they never told us to put our money to work, right? Beats me. But this is what's going on in the market. New president. New president means new policies. New policies mean different things are going to affect your paper. So one thing that we do know is that Biden and the Democratic Party, they want to raise stimulus, right? They want to pass a nice, decent stimulus package. So we know that's coming, and we know stimulus is good for the market. Why is stimulus good for the market? Stimulus is good for the market because they say it's going to boost the economy. The way that's going to happen is because they're going to give us money and we're going to go spend it, right? Especially black people. We spend about $2.2 trillion a year as consumers, and they know, we're going to be a major part of fueling the economy, putting it back on track, giving us more money so we can go spend it and run up these corporations' bank account, thus bringing the economy back into the regular flow of things. What's happening? As y'all come in, man, put in the chat where y'all from and all that. But if you have any questions, just throw them in there and I'll get to them at the end, because I don't want to get thrown off of the points I'm trying to make. But stimulus. So with Biden and the Democratic Party, we're going to get some form of stimulus. So that's good for the economy. And that's pretty much what's driving the economy now. What I mean by driving it, investors, when they say investors, they talking about institutional investors, people that manage hundreds of millions of dollars, hundreds of billions of dollars for corporations and their 401ks and whatnot. So when they move money around, when they buy something, the market moves. When they sell something, the market moves. So investors are we have hopes of a stimulus, so investors are looking for that. we got stimulus. If we got a vaccine, my bad. We got a vaccine. They know that people are gonna feel more comfortable doing more things that they're doing now. So that's good for corporations that need foot traffic. So investors are looking at that. They're not only are they looking at the vaccine, but like I said, they're looking for stimulus. So between the vaccine and the stimulus, before the other day, it was the vaccine, the stimulus, and the president election when you know who was going to be the president. Now that's out the way because the market likes stability. And with all that going on, it was a lot of confusion. People didn't know where to put their money because they didn't know who was going to be the president. Like I said, the president, whoever's in the office, dictates where you should be putting your money because each candidate was for different things. So, like I said, Biden, he wants to pass a stimulus. So that's good for the market. So, he's also, he wants to raise taxes on big corporations because, well, he wants to raise them back to where they were. Because when Trump got in office, he brought the taxes down for big corporations. Why? Because he's a businessman. That's his team. You feel me? So that's why a lot of celebrities was getting a lot of flack because they was so-called supporting Trump. Trump is for people that make a lot of money. So that's why he cut the taxes on people that make that much money. He cut it from 28% down to 21%. You know what I'm saying? So if you're making a lot of money, of course you want to pay less taxes. That's why a lot of these celebrities was, I don't know if they was backing them, support, I don't know what they was doing. But this is why. That's one of the reasons why. It's because he was for that paper. Like, I get it, you know what I'm saying? I want to pay less taxes, but at the end of the day, that's what Trump was for. So Biden is raising the taxes back to 28%. I mean, at the end of the day, whatever the taxes is for the wealthy, they don't never really pay that percentage anyway. So it's going to go back up to 28%. That's just the face value of the taxes. So as a business owner, as you know, because the whole country was shaped around and benefits the business owner and the people that own assets, stocks, property, any asset, you have access to more write-offs than an employee. So even though they have to pay 28%, they're not going to pay 28%. Because they got all these write-offs that they can write off. So they probably still going to end up only paying 21% anyway. So that's one thing that Biden is going to do. He's going to raise the taxes back up to 28%. He's also for expanding the Affordable Care Act. Because as y'all know, when Trump got in office, he wanted to dismantle everything that Obama did. So first thing he attacked was the Affordable Care Act. So now that Biden is in office, he wants to expand the Affordable Care Act. He wants to expand upon what Obama did. So what does that mean? That is good for healthcare companies. Alright, so we're gonna have Biden for 4 years. So these are the things that if we're gonna have this guy, we need to know what he's backing so we can properly set our portfolio up. That makes sense? Does that make sense? So he's gonna be expanding the Affordable Care Act. So that's good for healthcare stocks. So we can start looking at those as something to go in our portfolio for the next 4 years. Thank you. I'll just make sure I'm making sense. So, I'm going to be on here for a little bit, maybe another half an hour. So, if you think somebody else need to be on here, send that paper plane out to 5 people and let me know when you did it. Because I'm going to be dropping bars tonight. But, so, he's expanding the Affordable Care Act. So that's good for healthcare stocks. Alright, so start looking into those. And to piggyback off the healthcare stocks, now one thing that the Democrats promised that they was going to do is crack down on the pharmaceutical companies price gouging. Now, I don't know if y'all remember, but it was this big story about how the pharmaceutical companies was charging. Appreciate you, Queen. 'Cause I'm gonna be here and they need to hear this. So, the pharmaceutical companies. Get my water. The Democrats promised to crack down on the pharmaceutical companies because they not off all that price gouging that the pharmaceutical companies was doing. So that's not going to bode well for pharmaceutical companies. That's going to eat away at their bottom line, because if Biden wants to bring down the prices of their goods, that's going to slow down everything. So investors, like I was saying, those people that's moving all these millions and billions around, they're not going to be looking to, because they're looking for a return for their clients. These money managers, they're looking for returns for their clients. So they're not going to go into a sector that has no growth potential. Being that Biden is going to crack down on the pharmaceutical companies' prices, that's not going to be an arena of growth for the next 4 years. Now, does that make sense? Alright, so healthcare, but not pharmaceuticals. You got to be a little weary and leery of the pharmaceuticals, but healthcare, because he's going to be expanding on the Affordable Care Act. Next, what else is Biden for? Now, see, I'm setting y'all up now. I'm trying to take the guesswork out of, building this bag up. This is the blueprint, because we're gonna have this guy for 4 years. So you're not gonna have to guess about what should I invest in. I'm telling you what he's for. I'm telling you, he's for healthcare, stimulus, lower drug prices. So don't go into pharmaceuticals. They are weed friendly. Him and Kamala, I think they be lighting up. I think somebody told me today, she said she be smoking weed. So I said, ooh, check her out. She pulling the Bill Clinton. I don't know if she said she ain't in hell, but she pulling the Bill Clinton. But yeah, so they for weed. So what does that mean? They're weed friendly. And within the past couple days, a few states became legalized recreationally. And before I go any further, for my YouTube fam to get their interactive version of this recording, feel free to follow Rappin' Dough on Instagram, RAPPINDOUGH. Alright, so and also hit the like and subscribe button. So so what does that mean for weed? Weed companies, it's like for the next 4 years, weed companies are going to thrive. They're going to boom. You know what I'm saying? It's like the new gold rush, but you got to be careful of these companies, though. You got to be careful. You want to make sure they don't have a lot of debt. When I'm looking at companies, I want to make sure that the company doesn't have any more than 3 times their cash in debt. So if they have $100 million in cash, I don't need this company to have no more than $200-300 million in debt. So the less debt the company has, the better it is in comparison to their free cash flow. Hope y'all writing this down. Somebody write this down, because this is how you need to be setting your joint up for the next 4 years. So weed companies. Also, infrastructure. Biden is for infrastructure. He wants to build out the country. He wants to make the buildings more energy efficient. He's for clean energy. So what does that mean? Infrastructure is companies that have anything with building, anything that have to do with materials that they need for building. What do they need to build bridges? They need iron. They need building stuff. So all you have to do is look up industrials, and look up some companies in there. So companies that have anything to do with building out the country, anything building materials, anything of that nature. Look at those companies. So in regards to clean energy, oh man, under Biden it's gonna get we gonna run the bag up over here, you hear me? So clean energy, that means electric vehicles. That means less gasoline, stuff that needs gasoline, right? So that's going to be good for the electric vehicle companies. It's not going to be necessarily good for the oil companies, because if you're trying to have clean energy and I guess what's the word I'm looking for? You want to make things more energy efficient. It's not going. Laughing at gas is not in the mix when it comes to clean energy. So I wouldn't be looking in the gas industry either. Clean energy, solar, wind power. He was screaming all of that. So look into companies like that. So I'm telling you, this is for the next 4 years. We don't have to guess. We don't have to guess, because if we know what Biden is for, we know how to position our portfolio to run the bag up. You understand what I'm saying? Because this is this is the whole. I guess this is the way you do it. See, a lot of times, like, I know I didn't pay attention in school when it came to politics and social studies and stuff like that, but now I'm growing to realize that economics and politics go hand in hand. So as far as any of that other stuff in regards to I don't care. I didn't care who won, to be honest with you. I didn't care who won. I just want to know how it's going to affect our paper, so I can come on here and give y'all the play. So I hope y'all writing this down. I'm gonna recap at the end though. But if y'all have any questions while I'm you're listening, I'm listening, bro. This is my learning hours. That's what's up. I appreciate you tapping in. You feel me? I appreciate you tapping in, 'cause this is for the people. This ain't for me. This for y'all. You hear me? So, where was I? Clean energy. Yeah, so clean energy. Look up when you get a chance. NEEXEL. Look those up. Those are in the clean energy, in the clean energy sector. So, where was we? So what a lot of us don't understand is, okay, it don't matter who the president is, right? Because the way things get done, stuff has to get passed through the Senate. See, when was the last time you voted on a senator? And those the ones who get stuff passed. You feel me? So you have a certain amount of Democrats and you have a certain amount of Republicans in the Senate. Whoever controls the Senate, whoever has the majority on their side, they have a better chance of getting their stuff pushed through, because it's all about votes. So if the Democrats got 50 people and the Republicans got 52 people, it's already they're the majority. So if all their people vote for something over y'all, of course their side is going to win. So that's what's going on right now. We don't know who's going to control the Senate. So Biden is a Democrat, but that doesn't mean the Democrats are going to control the Senate. So when Biden puts stuff forward, depending on what it is, it may get through and it may not get through, depending on if they have bipartisan agreement on the situation. Bipartisan meaning both sides. So we don't know who's going to control the Senate right now. So even though he wants to do all these things, it's up to the Senate to vote with him to get stuff through. But this is the stuff that he's for. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what we're waiting for right now. Who's going to control the Senate? So that's what they meant by whether he's going to have a blue sweep or red sweep. Blue sweep or red sweep meaning not only did they win the presidency, but they won the Senate as well. So that's what they call a blue sweep or a red sweep. So we don't know which one it is yet. We just know who the president is right now. Now, another thing that he's going to be that he's for. Now, Democrats are for defense spending as well. So Democrats are a lot of their money go towards healthcare and defense. So Biden is for defense spending as well. So you might want to start looking at those, the Raytheons of the world and the, let me see what else we got, Lockheed Martins and, stuff that has to do with military, aerospace, things of that nature. So, we taking the guesswork out of it. All right. We're taking the guesswork out of it. So let me run this down now. It's the recap, y'all. Now, Biden, we're going to have Biden for the next 4 years. So, if we know what he's for, we know how to position our portfolio going forward for the next 4 years. We don't even have to worry about it. Just put that money in there and let it ride. Unless you're playing options. That's a whole nother conversation. That's going to be, that's for the advanced folks, the people that want to, because see, investing is so dope, right? Your money can work harder than you can. Now, I'm going to look at the question as soon as I get all this stuff out of my head, because I'll get off topic. See, answering that question, I already got off topic, but now I know where I was at. Investing is so dope. The market is up 50% since March, when everybody was screaming about the market. Oh, the market is down. This was March. This is when I was telling people to buy. If you go back into my previous episodes, I was telling people that it's a reverse psychology. See, we didn't learn this in schools. There's a reverse psychology when it comes to the stock market. They say the stock market is the only store people run from when it's a sale, because they don't know that you're supposed to buy when it comes down. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing, especially when it's a dope ass company. Prices come down for a variety of reasons. Has nothing to do with the company. What that does is exposes a buying opportunity. Now you can get something. You can get it for cheaper than it was. You want to get stuff cheap. You want to get stuff at a discount. So when you do go in on a position, you're getting it at a dope price. You don't want to buy stuff when it's high, when everybody talking about it. By that time, you done missed out on the run up. You understand what I'm saying? You want to get in front of the run up. You don't want to buy stuff when it's already expensive. Now, when I say expensive, I don't mean the price of the stock. I mean in comparison to the 52-week high and the 52-week low of the company. You don't want to buy stuff when it's at its 52-week high. You want to catch it when it's cheaper, so you can catch the run up and get those 50 and 100% profits. Now, where I was going, I said since March, Facebook is up. Let me make sure I give y'all the right stats on this. Facebook is up since March. What is March? April, May, June, July, August, September, October. So 6-7 months later, Facebook is up. Give me 1 second. 1 second. I wrote it down. I wasn't part of these notes, but I wrote it down because I was like, damn. Facebook is up. I can't find it, y'all. Well, what I can tell you is that all major indices, that means S&P 500, that means the NASDAQ, that means the Dow, all of those indices are up, all of them, 50% since March. So since March, basically 10,000 invested in March in a diversified ETF would be 15,000 in a couple months. So 10,000 would be 15,000 at this point right now, and a year ain't even go by yet. This is how you grow your wealth. You take that 5,000 out, and then, matter of fact, I would take the majority of it out and then reinvest it again into something else at a discount and watch that run up. Take your profits, do it again. So before you know it, you done turned your 10 into 50. You understand what I'm saying? This is what other cultures been doing. This is how the rich get richer and the poor get poor. They make their money work. They don't work 40 hours a week. I'm just saying, they don't. They put their money to work. Their money is working 24 hours a day. Their money is working a double. You know, jokes be like, yeah, I gotta work a double. Nah, your money is supposed to be working a double. That's the part they left out. That is the part they left out. Your money can work. They say, oh yeah, go to school, get a good job so you can make a good living. But what about the part where your money can work for you? What about that part? Don't nobody feel insulted and like slighted about that? Am I the only person that feels slighted about that? I'm just saying. What about that part? Whatever. But that's it. That's my spiel. So Biden is for healthcare. Alright? Healthcare companies. Infrastructure. That's industrial materials, anything that helps produce roads and buildings and bridges. Right? Healthcare, infrastructure, clean energy. That's solar, that's electric vehicles, that's wind power, all of that. And therefore weed. Therefore weed. There you have it. There you have it. So 4 years from now, when I tap back in with y'all should have a big bag. Don't say I didn't tell y'all where to put your money. Oh, now let me just give a disclaimer before I go any further. Don Bucks is not a money manager. Don Bucks is not a fiduciary. Everything I say is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Don Bucks cannot be responsible for your wins or your losses in the market. You understand what I'm saying? So, investing entails risk. And you need to mitigate those risks. And if you feel as though you can't mitigate your risk, Don Bucks says go and seek a financial advisor. Because he is neither. Understand what I'm saying? Now, I can move on. So, let me see if we got any questions, because I done ran down how you need to be shaping your portfolio for the next 4 years. So let me see what we got. Because I seen mad questions coming across. I just couldn't stop. I would have got off topic. All right, Instagram 609 says, so to make it simple, never bet against the Dow and S&P. I wouldn't. As you can see, man, United States is too big to fail. They was never gonna let the stock market crash. They printed $2-3 trillion and pumped it into the economy and gave everybody $1,200. Like, when has that ever happened? So they are never. This country is built on capitalism. They are never letting it fail. They'll do whatever they have to do. Like, last year, America was 22 trillion in debt. 22 trillion. So we can add 3 more trillion to that. 3 or 4 more trillion. So yeah, we about 27 trillion in debt. Because now the dollar, as y'all know, the dollar doesn't have any real value behind it. The value that the dollar has on it is the value that United States say it has on it. You understand what I'm saying? So they printing money that doesn't really have any value. That's why if you're watching, you will see the value of the dollar is going down. And people are putting their money into equities, because this, like I've been saying for the longest, you don't want to hold on to the dollar. You want to acquire the assets, because the assets are worth more than the dollar. The assets increase in value. The dollar doesn't. Not anymore. It used to be backed by gold. It ain't backed by gold no more ever since Nixon. Like, they took gold away from backing the dollar when Nixon was president. That's how long ago it was. They've been printing money ever since and saying it's worth $1. You used to be able to go in and cash your gold in for money. Now you can't go to the bank with nothing. It's not even worth the paper that it's on. You understand what I'm saying? So we need to be acquiring these assets, because the assets is what goes up in value. That's why Bitcoin is through the roof. That's why gold is through the roof. It's because people know, people that watching stuff like this and are in tune, they know that the dollar has no real value. That's why they keep printing it out the wazoo. Biden about to print another 2 trillion. That's the stimulus. That's the stimulus. It doesn't have any real value behind it. The only value it has behind it is the value that the United States says it has. You understand what I'm saying? Please. So, get the assets. Get the stocks. Get these companies. Get the real estate. You understand what I'm saying? Get the hard assets, because that's going to generate the cash flow. That's bars, man. Somebody put some fire in the comments. That was bars. But Um, yeah, but back to the question. You said to make it simple, never bet against the Dow and the S&P. Nope, because America is gonna print money until everything is okay again. They're gonna give that money to the consumers because they know the consumers is gonna spend it, thus boosting the economy. All right, what else we got? Okay, Sun Power, ACB. He said, great disclaimer. Hey, what's up, the fortunate photographer? What's happening? What's happening? What about the crypto craze? I can't use my cash anywhere anymore. Good question. Good question. Instagram 609 just said, what about the crypto craze? Bruh, I had me some Bitcoin for 7 years. Joker got in my ear 7 years ago and was like, yo, you need to get you some Bitcoin. Like, this is digital currency. This is going to be the currency of the internet. And I noticed it's a grand scheme to what's going on. Like, there's something deeper and more sinister going on behind the scenes. Like, I don't know exactly what it is, but there's something going on behind the scenes, y'all. Because right when the pandemic or the lockdown started, I'm going to the bank. Like, I go to the bank to get my laundry coins to do my laundry, right? And I pre-order them, like on the app. You used to be able to go on the app and pre-order your quarters and just pick them up when you get to the bank. They ain't even got that option on the app no more. I'm like, what's going on? And I'm going to the stores and they like, yeah, use exact change. We don't have change. I'm like, they ain't have to worry about me because I don't even like using cash no more. Why? I don't know if I was talking about this last episode, but have y'all heard of Acorns? If you haven't, I recommend you get an Acorns account because that also takes the guesswork out of investing. This Acorns app is dope. I ain't getting paid. I ain't no sponsor being sponsored to say this or nothing. I just find it dope. I gotta pass it on to my people. Acorns, right? You know, people always wondering what kind of stocks. Oh, damn, I don't even know what stock to pick, right? Acorns take the guesswork out of it. They got 5 different categories you can put yourself in, and there's stocks already preset for you by smart people, right? So basically, what happens is every time you spend money, let's say you buy something and it costs $1.50. This pen costs $1.50. You use your card, they take that 50-cent change and put it into your investment. So everything you attach your Acorns to, or everything that's attached to the card that you attach to Acorns, everything that gets paid for. Like if your phone bill comes out of there, if your internet comes out of there, I don't know, whatever it is that's attached to your debit card, and you attach that to Acorns, every time your card is used, the spare change goes into an investment. Come on, man. How fire is that? No, for real, like, how fire is that? Because a lot of us got the coin jar in the corner of our bedroom or something, right? That ain't growing. It only grows when you put more change in it. If you got it in an investment account, it's growing every time you spend money, and the interest, the dividends that from money that you was gonna spend anyway. You understand what I'm saying? Oh man, get you an Acorns, man. Let me see what else we got. Oh, but yeah, where I was at with that question about the crypto. That's another reason why you shouldn't need cash no more, because you see where it's going, right? You see where it's going. So what does that say? If everything is going cashless, What companies does that entail? Come on, this is what I mean. We already know how to invest. You already know cash is being moved out of the way. So what are they going to be using? 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 I'm going to tell you what they're going to be using. They're going to be using Visas. They're going to be using PayPal. Square. This is where it's going. So this is even more reason why you should be like getting the Acorns account and like using your card, like, because this is where it's going. So if we know this is where it's going, now we can start positioning ourselves to run the bag up in these companies. PayPal, Visa, Square, Cash App, like all that. I forgot who owns Cash App. Who owns Cash App? Y'all hear that? Something told me not to open my window. Anyway, yeah, so come on, this is what I mean. We already know what's going on. Now all we gotta do is put our money to work there, instead of just being consumers of the stuff. You follow what I'm saying? Alright, so let me move on. He said he's gonna print so much more than Trump will have. Yeah, he might double what Trump printed. It jumped 3 to 4K. See? Brother said, hey, what's Farad, what's happening? Okay, so Square owns Cash App. See, I knew it was something like that. Square owns Cash App. Word. We know what's going on, man. We know what's going on. So now all we got to do is get in front of it and put our money to work. Our money can work way harder than us and way longer. You understand what I'm saying? So let's not complicate things. Like I already told you what's going to be happening for the next 4 years. What Biden is backing. He's backing weed, he's backing healthcare, he's backing infrastructure, and he's backing defense spending. Look into those sectors and get the dope companies at a discount. This is you don't have to guess for the next 4 years. This is where you want to be. Okay? So the next 4 years you should be up. Because we know where to go. We know where to put our money. So now I'm opening the floor up for questions. We had a dope session tonight. I hope y'all took some notes, man. If y'all came in late, man, it's all good. It's gonna be on YouTube. Feel free to go to the YouTube page, Rapping Dough on there. Hit the like and subscribe button. You know what I mean? Help us out with the algorithm. Because you know how the algorithm is. You need those likes and subscribes. But I mean, plus you want to be notified for when I go live and post new content and new plays. Y'all want to be in tune, so you want to hit that notification bell as well. But because like I said, I got the course and the ebook coming. I might as well tell you about that now. Got the ebook and the course coming. I think I'm gonna release it. I'm gonna start taking pre-orders probably, if not this week coming, the beginning of next week. Course and ebook, you can get it separately. It's gonna be called The Recipe: How to Turn Your Cell Phone into an ATM. Because pretty much I ran up an extra 10 bands during the pandemic trading options, which are derivatives of stocks. See, the market is a motherfucker, boy. I ain't even gonna hold you. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna outline exactly what I did, what I continue to do to make outsized profits in the stock market. So the book and course is called The Recipe: How to Turn Your Phone into an ATM. Who ain't gonna want that? Make sure you be one of the first to get it for 50% off. because I don't know how long I'm gonna keep it 50% off, but I'm gonna run that sale throughout Black Friday, Cyber Monday, depending on the reaction. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get a big reaction, because who don't want to turn their phone into an ATM? Because that's pretty much what I done turned my phone into during the pandemic. But I'm gonna give y'all all the game, all of it, exactly what I do, how to do it, all that. You feel me? I think I'm gonna create a group dedicated for those that took the course, read the book, so we can converse and run plays across each other. Just a community of like-minded individuals. You know what I'm saying? So I think I'm gonna create that as well. That's probably gonna come after the book and after the course. But yeah, we gonna run the bag up, man. 2021 is ours. You hear me? It's ours. 2021 all the way to 2025. That's all we gotta look at right now. These next 4 years. These next 4 years, we don't have to guess. I just told y'all what Biden is backing. Right? We don't have to guess. We just gotta position our money in these areas. You don't have to there's thousands of companies. You don't need them all. You just need to know where the growth is going to be. The growth is going to be where the president is funding it. He's going to be funding healthcare. He's going to be funding clean energy. He's going to be funding infrastructure. He's going to be funding defense. This is where we need to put our money for the next 4 years. Just run it up. But while that's running, we're going to be trading options too. We're going to be running that bag up too. You understand what I'm saying? So, let me see if I got any questions on here before I tap out. Let me see. What's the play for this week? Good question. Yo, my boy said, "Hey Farah, you funny as hell. You funny as hell." My boy said, "What's the play for next week?" Okay, so this is the play for next week. So you talking options, right? I mean, just make sure I understand your question. You talking options plays? I know that's what you're probably talking about, because I definitely got something cooking. So just let me know if that's what you're talking about, though. Okay, options. Okay, so Farad Hayes says, "What's my play for next week in the options arena of stocks?" So, I am actually looking at a few things. So what I'm going to do is, I got a few things cooking right now in my portfolio. I'm gonna cash out my my Tilray. I have AMD running right now. AMD. Let me see if it's still good to get an AMD. Now, if you missed it, my disclaimer: Don Bucks is not a fiduciary. Don Bucks is not a money manager. You feel me? Whatever I say is for entertainment purposes only. Don Bucks can't be held responsible for your wins or your losses in the market. Investing entails risk. You have to mitigate those risks. In order to mitigate those risks, I, Don Bucks, suggest you get a money manager. So let me tell you what you say. People lose not getting in at the right time. That's a fact. People definitely lose getting in at the right time. That's called FOMO, because somebody tell them about something. People have the fear of missing out, and they end up losing money anyway. So I got AMD cooking, right? I got AMD cooking, and I also have Marvell. I got Marvell cooking as well. So I think I'm cashing out my Tilray, tomorrow. AMD, you can probably scalp AMD for the next week, maybe longer. But AMD, I would do a call on AMD. Chart is looking superb. It just broke out. It just broke out Friday. Marvell is a semiconductor. Marvell, not Marvel, but Marvell. So AMD and Marvell are semiconductor companies. At the time of this recording, AMD just broke out, so it wouldn't be a bad idea to get a call on AMD. Take your profits when you get them. You can always go back in. That's what I did with Tilray Friday. Stung them for like a rack, got out, got back in, stung them for another 1,500, took my profits, went back in. So you don't have to you just take your profits when you get them. You can always go back in. If the chart is still looking good, you can always go back in. Don't leave your profits there and try to be greedy. You can, but me, I don't risk it. Take your profits and go back in if you decide to, but always take your profits. But AMD looking good. And let me tell you about Marvell right quick, and then I'm gonna get into what I'm looking to do this week. Marvell just broke out too. So Marvell, it's a call play on that. I'm still letting that cook. I'm letting that cook for a little bit because it just broke out. I'll probably give it to the end of the week. I'm up like 3 bands on Marvell at this point, so it'll probably be like 4 or 5 by the end of the week. I'm gonna let that thing ride. But so I got AMD cooking, I got Marvell cooking. I'm cashing out my Tilray, and I'm gonna use that Tilray bread to set up my PayPal play, because I'm running down on PayPal. They just did their earnings, I think, a week or so ago. So their chart is looking to break out. Yep. PayPal just broke out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that Tilray bread and I'm going to do a call on PayPal. Both of them semiconductor, Marvell and AMD. So I'm buying a call for a couple weeks. I'm gonna let it ride for like a couple weeks, maybe a month. PayPal. I'm hopping in PayPal, and I was also looking at Teladoc, because people ain't going to the doctors. They doing a lot of their doctor visits over the phone and through the screen. So I'm waiting on the indicators to say buy. We're getting there for Teladoc, but PayPal for sure. I'm definitely getting into PayPal this week. So that's one of my plays. What we got here? I got into Intel 2 weeks ago and did a put option. So you don't mind spending 1K on one contract? Bruh, I do it all the time. I mean, I started small, but I got it to where my account is at a certain level, whereas though I don't mind risking $1,000. Shit, I didn't risk $2,000, $3,000. Alright, so what do I think about NIL? NIL is dope. NIL is dope. As far as trying to do a play on it right now, I think it's running a little too hot for me at this point, but I'll tell you in 1 second. I was just looking at this chart the other day. What I can say is that NIO is like the Tesla of China. So if you believe in what Tesla doing in America, yeah, so I'm looking at this chart right now. NIO is overbought. NIO is overbought. I don't know how long it's going to stay up there, but you missed that breakout. You missed that breakout. I wouldn't do it. Personally, I wouldn't do NIO for options play. I wouldn't do it. It's running hot. The RSI is way above 70. The MACD crossed up. The MACD crossed up over almost a month ago. It's like 25-30% above its 20-day moving average. It's running hot. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. There's so many more other plays, bro. So if something is running hot, you don't have to be like, just wait. Patience. The market rewards the patient, man. So right now it's hot. It's hot. It's too hot. You know what I'm saying? It's too hot. I caught them already. I caught the run up, and I took my profits. I move on, bro. You move on. There's so many other plays. There's so many other plays that you don't have to chase. Never chase, bro. Never chase. Not even a woman. It's an old saying. Don't chase, bro. You feel me? There's always other plays. You dig? Don't leave money on the table. Alright, so let me see what you're talking about here. They got earnings on the 17th. The profit on the 3K option, what does that look like? It all depends. It depends. It depends. 3,000 on one option is different from 3,000 on another option. Each stock is different. So they, the parameters of each stock is different. So, I mean, I don't really get into all of that. I just know if the chart looks good, and if I wanna make more, because you make more money. The more you risk, the more you make. So if I feel super confident about that play, I don't mind risking 3, 4, 5 grand to make 20. As long as you're sure about your play. But don't chase. Like NIO, I wouldn't chase NIO. Okay, so now what we got here says, I got some already. We're debating if I should scalp some more. Bro, as long as the chart is looking good, you scalp. Scalp it until, like I said, I scalped Tilray twice Friday. I took profit twice because I ain't have any more day trades left. Like I got a few more racks to build up. Whereas cause see, once you get 25,000 in your account, you can day trade as many times as you want. But as long as you have to get to that $25,000 threshold first. I'm almost there. Almost. Yeah. So you got GM. GM just got into the EVs for sure. They've been talking about GM for a hot second. GM, let me see what's up with GM's chart right quick for y'all, because usually once it hits the news, it's too late. Yep, you missed the run up. It might have like a week more of a run up to go, but yeah, it might have about a week left, more run up to go. GM. All right, so you use the MACD. Any other indicators that help? Yes, I use all the indicators. Well, I ain't gonna say I use all the indicators. I use the default indicators. The MACD, the RSI, and I have the 20-day and the 50-day moving average up there as well. So I use all three of those. So that, including the news and the sentiment, I make my play. So RSI for a call, I'm gonna give y'all this nugget right quick. For a call, I'm looking for the MACD to be crossing up. I'm looking for the MACD to be crossing up. I'm also looking for the RSI to be above 50. Next, I'm looking for the 20-day moving average to be above the 50-day moving average, and the price touching the 20-day. When the price touches the 20-day, the RSI is above 50 and the MACD is crossing up, all that is a recipe for a call. Now, just the opposite for a put. If you're thinking the price is going to go down, I'm looking for my indicators. I'm looking for the 20-day moving average to be crossing under the 50-day. I'm also going to be looking for the RSI to be under 50. I'm also looking for the MACD to be crossing down. All three of those parameters line up, and the news, good recipe for a put. I'm going to be going into greater detail and showing y'all charts and whatnot in the course. So y'all trying to sneak some gems out of me and not get the course, huh? Y'all trying to get the $5 lesson, huh? I see you trying to get the $5 lesson. I see you. Yay, man, listen. I'm only telling you what works for me. I'm only telling you what works for me. And I done ran up the bag and continue to. I can only tell you what works for me. I don't know what works for dude. But what the news helps me do is understand what's going on around me. Yeah, the news helps me understand the sentiment, because if it sounds like you play the market a little bit, so you know that the market deals with sentiment, how the market feels, how investors feel at the time. So if you don't know what the sentiment is, how you gonna know what play to make? Because that plays a part. We need the more information points we have, the better our decision is. So I'm not gonna leave the news out and just use the indicators. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to just use the news and not use the indicators. I'm going to use all of them. So I'm not going to say something. I'm not going to discredit one thing or discredit that thing. You understand what I'm saying? Because I need all the points of information to line up. I need the sentiment to line up with the indicators, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean. Like, I don't know what works for dude. I don't know if he running the bag up like me. So what I'm sharing you is what works, what's been working for me, what helped me run up. I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? I never ran up $10,000 in a few months before. I never did that before. I got the game and I'm passing it on. I'm passing it on. I want to pass on what works. What about if we have kind of the same style? Should I pull the trigger on? Alright, hold up, bro. Let me answer one question at a time. What about if we have kind of the same style? I say do what works. Whether it's the same style or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I say do what works. Follow me? And I'm only sharing what's been working for me. Like, I wouldn't share nothing that doesn't work. Like, I done took some L's on my way to where I'm at now. So that's why I feel good about the information I'm telling you, because now you don't have to make the same mistakes I made. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would appreciate that. Like, somebody like, look, bro, don't go down that street right there. It's a pothole, boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. And I know which way to go because he went already. He fell in the pothole already. So now he telling me where the potholes are. That's the type of information that I appreciate. So that's why I'm doing that for y'all. I'm giving y'all the lessons that I learned from my mistakes. Because when I corrected them, now I'm making these profits on a consistent basis. Because I learned from my mistakes. Now I'm passing on to y'all what I've learned from my mistakes. If that makes sense, let me know. Deformity. Have to take a peek at the news. Deformity. At the peek at the news just to get a gist of what's going on. Facts. You definitely gotta, yeah. Should I pull the trigger on bigger money instead of playing with small money? That's up to you, bro. And that's what you have to decide and figure out as an investor. You have to figure out what your threshold is, what your loss tolerance is, what your I tell people to only invest and play with money that you don't mind losing, or that you're able to lose. So it don't matter the amount, because that's relative to every individual. I say use the money, whether it's big or small, as long as you don't mind losing it, because investing entails risk. You could choose wrong. So only play with money that you don't mind losing. See, my threshold might be different from yours, and so on and so forth. Hope that makes sense. What else we got here? I took a big L not setting stop losses in the beginning. Loss tolerance, I like that. Believe in my charts. Facts. So I'm about to tap out of here, y'all. Hope y'all got some value out of this, man. Stay posted, stay tuned for the recipe ebook and course combo coming to you. It's coming. You know what I'm saying? And I'll probably do is I'll probably just shoot out a free checklist. How y'all feel about that? Like, everything that I make sure I check before I make a play. I think I might offer that for free. What y'all think about that? What y'all think about that? Should I offer that for free or should I charge y'all for it? Huh? What should I do? Should I throw it out there and just throw it to the people for the free? Or should I charge y'all for it? Because, I mean, these mistakes cost me money, right? But nah, I'm thinking, alright, leave in the comments what y'all think I should do. That's a real question. Should I charge y'all or should I give it to y'all for free? It's a whole checklist of everything I look at. Just like the 3 things I just ran off, the RSI, MACD, and it's a whole checklist. Should I just throw that out there for the people for free? I think so. I was gonna make my own decision anyway. But I'm just asking y'all. I'm just asking the people. Shorty said I should charge. Frugal fashion said I should charge you niggas, man. That's my peoples right there. See, women are different, man. Women are different. They look out for your best interests. Sometimes, a lot of times. Let me see. What did he say? I'm dark skinned, dog. I know these gems cost money. But I think we'll tune in more for free, just to be honest. Hey yo, I appreciate your honesty, yo. I really appreciate your honesty, bro. Like, for real, I appreciate it. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do that though, because like I said, it's not about the money for me. I can make my own money, but at the same time, you know, it does come a time where you have to. I heard somewhere where they say, if people don't pay, they don't pay attention. You know what I'm saying? They say if people don't pay, they don't pay attention. What's the other one I heard? They said where there's no transaction, there'll be no transformation. Damn. Where there's no transaction, there'll be no transformation. So basically, you pay more attention to stuff that you put value in. If you put value in something, you're gonna pay for it. So you're gonna pay attention to something that you paid for. Like, if I offer a free seminar, some people might come and, you know, they might half pay attention. But if I charge you $1,000 to come to this seminar and hear these bars, you're gonna have your notebook out, you're gonna have 3 pens, you're gonna be trying to auto record it because you paid $1,000 for it. I'm gonna get everything out of this, right? So that's where that comes from. And I'm pretty sure it's stats that back it. When people don't pay, they don't pay attention. So even though it's not about the money for me, like, but at the same time, I want you to pay attention. I want you to really get what I'm saying. So if I have to charge you to get that result out of you, so you can really get it and really pay attention, so be it. Because that's what it's about. It's not about the $25 I'll charge you for it, but it's about what you're going to get out of it, the impact that it's going to have on your bank account. There you have it. And if I can save you time and money with this checklist, that's what I want to do. I want to save people. They say you can learn from other people's mistakes. You don't necessarily have to go through the mistakes yourself. That's the whole purpose of the ebook and the course. That's why it's going to cost a couple dollars, because now not only did I have to learn to make the money I made, but now what I'm also doing is saving you the time and the heartache and the money for making the mistakes that I made. So I'm saving you time. So how much is your time worth? You know what I'm saying? So you got to take all that into consideration when you're paying for stuff. You know what I mean? But we don't have any more questions, man. I'm going to tap on out of here. We've been here for a good hour. Y'all got some bars. And if y'all late to the party, this is going to be on YouTube. So feel free to subscribe there. Hit the notification bell so you know when I'm going live. Because eventually I'm going to start going live on YouTube. So if there's no more questions, y'all, I'm going to see y'all next week. Let me check though. Let me check. Make sure I ain't leaving nobody in the dark. Yep, no more questions. Appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. I love y'all, man. Run the bag up, man, because this is easy money. See y'all next week.